Welcome. This podcast will be about the life of a person that's living in the summer breeze. Not really, but you know what I'm talking about. But summer. Summer is really one of the most best seasons, if you could say, because that's when you're free from school, or even you're trying to have a good time during the beaches, the pools, the park, and such. It's a day to relax, and those are the days to relax. Other than if you're living somewhere like in California, or even Texas or other places like that, you are living in places of full on like heat. Specifically if you're living in those places. And those places are considered pretty interesting. It could be considered a point of awesome and such. But let's move on from that. I really need to tell a story. It's not really a story, but something that people can mostly relate on. Bees come out in the summer. Some people are afraid of bees. Actually, a lot of people are afraid of bees. For some reason, this is actually very true. Especially myself. Why are we afraid of bees, you ask? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Something about that just gives me the creeps. The fact that they could just sting you anytime. It's not good. It's very not good. But you know, you get a lot of cool things if you talk about it. Many cool stories. But you know what comes out during the summer? A lot of animals. Since you don't have winter or spring or fall, most of the animals are out and actually roaming free. This is where you're probably gonna get time for the animals to start, reproducing their cycle all over again. And it's really an actual interesting time. It's a cool cycle. It's kind of like a beginning. People rarely do beginnings anymore. It's not people rarely do beginnings. It's just that people don't take in knowledge to it. And I feel like it's severely underrated to a whole nother level. You know what else there is? The summer represents the light of this world. It's really just, if you really just think about it, it's just... Sure, man, just really just thinking about it right now. Imagine just laying down wherever you are, just in the grass, maybe in the sand, just taking in that breeze every once in a while, followed by the sun. But the sun is not really those burning days. It's really just one of those days where you relax. It's one of the most best weather conditions you can ever ask for. And we really need a lot of those. Like during the winter, I'm pretty sure one of my friends, Noah, yeah, you guys know him. You guys see him every once in a while. But he just decided to go like on a bike ride just around the neighborhood. And it was honestly freezing that day, like extremely freezing, and I didn't like it. But then, and I was like extremely slow on the bike because I really just couldn't handle the cold. But once it was starting to feel the heat, I'm just like, nope, I am now gonna feel like I'm running a marathon or something like that, because I was so fast. Really just made me feel awesome. I don't know if you guys are a summer geek like me, but it's one of the most best reasons why summer is honestly the best. You'll most likely get decent weather, but there are also negative aspects to it, of course. For example, if you're in the car, not in the car, but you're walking like from whatever store you're coming from, and then all of a sudden you open the door and a giant heat breeze is just placed upon you, and it really just makes me think, wow, the heat is awesome. Why is the heat awesome? Because I have really no idea. Something about it really is awesome. Actually, you most likely get the concerts on those days. And what else? I really don't know. But we all must be honest. Despite 2020, I wonder what most people did during quarantine. Just sit around the house, stand up every once in a while, just to see what parents are doing, go back inside and play games all over again. But that's what summarizes most of everyone's quarantine. But the summer back then, as far back as the 2000s, since that's what most kids remember. Where's my graduates at? But, you will most likely never get the same climate as you did back then. Well, of course, it's been a week, you might say. But think about it. Okay, if you ever thought about it, then good job. If you haven't, then it sounded better in my head. I'm extremely tired at this moment. I'm just waiting for the day the summer comes. Right now it's spring. Spring is okay weather. It's starting to get hot, but it's still cold on some ends. Should have seen the wind. The wind was too big. And apparently not interested. Whoa, I just went quiet for a long time. Well, I think that's all to talk about for the podcast for today. I'll see you guys next week to cover a different topic. Maybe your guys' choice if you guys decide to comment it down. But it'll probably be a bit more longer. Because right now, I'm on a time crunch with, video making. It's real interesting, actually. So, hope y'all enjoyed.